Good Tuesday to you, everybody. Income 651. Welcome to week boom 5. We are motoring along here, folks. Let's get things started correctly. So much better. Okay, how's everybody doing? You hanging in there? Yeah. Some of you have called me during my office hours. Thank you so very much for the attention that you take with your work. I appreciate it, and you've been asking me about the feedback that you've been getting from me on your weekly assignments, and then the phases of the big group assignment. All of that, blessings, namaste, whatever you like, is much appreciated. Okay, let's take a look. In this video, we're going to look at what we're going to do for this week. And then in the next video, I'll talk about what you did last week. All right. So for this one, for week 5, we are going to shift our focus a little bit and look at crisis communication, which is it's sort of its own beastie in the communication field. It's one by way of occupation that's not as commonly employed as PR and regular comm. It's more of a skill set than it is a subset. Now, there are firms that specialize in crisis communication, and whether that's for corporate purposes or governmental purposes, or there's sort of even a sub branch in the not-for-profit world, in which not-for-profits that are engaged in intervening and providing assistance during a crisis, and that's, not-for-profits typically don't show up when everything is going well. That's just the nature of the business. So it's, there are, if this is an area that interests you, there are some subsets of the business that you could work in and just do that. It's more like a skill set than a subset. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're reading through and you're working. All right, and so over as always, every week you find the module. This week 12. Please read chapter 12 in Hays, and then I've got some videos for you. This is the topic itself is a little older in terms of current events. But it's, I was thinking actually about this the other day, strangely enough, as I was filling up my car at the gas station, and I'm gonna pour some water here. A little bit of a sore throat today, and I was, looking at how high gas prices have remained, even as gas prices tend to go up in the summer because of a lot of driving, and they peak around July-ish. And then they tend to come back down, and then they might pop up again as you move into winter, when people are being affected by things like heating oil costs and these sorts of things. But this time of year, it just seemed weird to me. So I thought, okay, what stories pertain to energy that might pertain, be relevant to, better put, crisis communication. So these videos focus on the protests over the XL pipeline, which was a proposed pipeline that would start way up in Alberta, Canada, and go all the way down to the Gulf Coast in the United States. So what I'd like you to do is, in Hays, you're going to find a emergency public relations checklist. So imagine you're working for a municipal department, whether it's a police department, okay? Using that checklist, I want you to, think about how you would handle communication for the crisis that was the Dakota pipeline protests. Right, this is a portion of the XL pipeline. Now, if you look in the module, I just say, what would you recommend for handling the North Dakota pipeline crisis? You get to decide. Do you want to represent the protesters or do you want to represent the authorities? All right. And, I'll tell you what I'll do to make sure that that's clear. I will quickly edit the module, the discussion, North Dakota. It's North Dakota pipeline crisis. And I'll say, you choose. Write as if you were representing the protesters or write as if you were representing the authorities. And in this case, you're going to see an interview with, I think, a police chief or a police commissioner. And feel free for these weekly assignments to go get material outside of just the stuff that I link. That's basic. That's baseline. So if you want to pick the protester side, all right, and represent them, go find some additional information about them. That's okay. That's okay. All right. And as always, and thank you so much for, going through sort of the gymnastics. As always, to, post in the discussion section so people can see what you're doing and then comment, and then put it in the assignment section for me to grade in PDF form. All right. Okay. So additionally, this week you have stage number 3 from your assignment due. Now the stated deadline. So you kind of watch the videos because important stuff happens in the videos. The stated deadline for this is September 24th. But I have pushed that, or 25th, I think. Yeah, 24th. I have pushed that out a few days to September 27th, realizing that, you just probably got a lot going on. And I want to give you a little bit more time if you need it. Okay. Now, campaign or phase number 3. This is the phase in which now remember, I'm the representative from the library. I'm the library. You tell me, all right, what is your campaign? What's your strategy? Okay, give me a campaign theme. Tell me what specific messages that you're going to emphasize in your campaign. And by way of messages, who are you targeting? Develop plans for using specific controlled and uncontrolled media. So you're writing this to me as if you were writing it to the representative of the Billy Graham Library, and your fictitious company is writing this, is pitching this. All right. And I talked to some of you in Zoom call, and there seemed to be a little bit of confusion as to how, we're sort of role playing here as to how that was set up. So I'm the representative from the Billy Graham Library. You're the would-be PR company. Okay. So that's due on the 27th. If you want the extra time, the link is in the assignment folder tab. I don't know what's the terminology for Canvas. All right. Over, link on assignments, and you'll see it there. Okay. So those are the main focal points for this week, things I want you to focus on. All right. In my next video, I'll talk about last week and grades and, what's happening as we're moving towards the end of the semester and all of that good stuff. So everybody, good luck, good work this week. I love you. Okay. And I will see you on Canvas and in the next video. Bye-bye.